My bad girl name is Amelia Escobar because I stayed at Pablo Escobar's private mansion in Tulum.
Sales is the most important skill.
Hustler. I'm not dealing with little like fuck boys. I'm dealing with rich boys.
Oh, you paid his bill. Why do girls fall for these dudes? I don't understand.
It's complicated. This person is like not nice to you. And I'm like, oh shit. I just see the good in people. I honestly don't prefer shit.
Prefer broke dudes.
I haven't obeyed by the rules since I was fucking born. As a parent, if you like shelter your kid too much, they're gonna end up like that. I've been a fuck up my whole life. You know, like I've done dumb shit. I regret whatever. But I've also been super successful for my situation that I was given, and so to raise a woman is the coolest thing I've ever done. I am very dominant, especially when it comes to like personality. I think I like word vomit on every person I meet.
Being in this industry where that's your job is to make the fun.
And my sister and brother, we all got separated when we were kids. We got taken away from our mama's kids.
You can't say if you're a fan of the group.
Yeah, I'm inside. You didn't give me an NDA.
We were in Vegas one time, and she's like, let's go shopping. And she would just come up to me with like a pair of Louboutins. She's like, oh my God, these are so cute.
You said Vegas.
What? Okay. And she'd be like, welcome to Unattainable. Glad to have you with us. I'm your host, Zach Evans, and first of all, thank you to all of our listeners. We've been getting a ton of explosive growth and engagement over the last few weeks, and we got to thank you guys for that. Today, we got a special guest on the show. This is Emily. Emily, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience? Let's do your name, what you do, and your star sign.
My name is Emily Cox. I do OnlyFans and content trips, basically. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'm a Sagittarius.
I've had two close relationships with Sagittarius.
Oh, God.
You guys are very fun, but not good for my mental health. Let's just put it like that.
Oh, God.
You guys cost me a lot of money in therapy is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, here's the thing. So if I was born 2 hours later, I would have been a Capricorn.
Okay.
So I've been told that I'm a cusp, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not like gonna say I'm super into all the astrology, but I have gotten into it a little bit because I am from Oregon, and everybody, the first thing they ask you is, what's your sign?
Your hair looks like you'd be super into signs and manifestation and all that stuff.
No, my hair's just crazy.
Oh, okay.
Matches my personality.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
A little bit.
By the way, don't get me wrong. I used to be a very toxic individual back in my villain era.
Yeah, we all have a villain era.
Now I'm very shy and romantic, but
okay.
Back in my fuckboy days.
I don't think anybody really outgrows the fuckboy days that too much.
No.
It's always in you.
No, I'm a gentleman.
Oh, okay.
But to be fair, I was always a professional fuckboy, not like these amateur Gen Z fuckboys you guys got running around nowadays.
Well, I am 27, so I'm not like super young, but I'm also like, what generation am I? Am I like...
You're like close, you're like on the cusp of millennial and Gen Z, I'm not sure.
I think that like 95 might be millennial.
Maybe.
And I'm
what are you?
I'm 96.
Oh, Gen Z.
But
okay.
I'm literally 11 days before 97.
You're on the cusp of everything.
I'm on the cusp of everything. I'm indecisive too. Like I am extremely indecisive, so it just makes sense now that I talk about it.
Yeah, this new generation is just, especially. I actually feel sorry for girls. This new generation of dudes is like, they have like beds that touch two walls, and I'm like, do you not know what a nightstand is? Like, how are you guys still dating these losers? I don't understand.
You know, I honestly haven't really like dated a whole lot.
Really?
I've been only in serious relationships since I was like literally 13.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like I used to go party at frats and stuff maybe when I was like 17 to 19, but like I haven't like witnessed like any like fuckboy shit like recently.
You somehow avoided it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I will say I have an ex who was a fuckboy, but like I haven't dealt with it in a long time, so I don't see that shit. I'm like, I kind of like to like do my own thing in a sense. Like I don't come to LA often, you know what I mean? Like I dip in and out when I can, you know, do my thing. But yeah, I don't experience fuckboys too often.
Crazy.
I guess like OnlyFans, yeah, but like I don't see that shit really too much.
Well, yeah, OnlyFans is mostly simps that you're dealing with, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not dealing with little like fuckboys. I'm dealing with rich boys.
Have you ever dated someone who you met through your OnlyFans subscribers?
No. I mean, I dated somebody who hit me up on Instagram, but like that's really it. I've only had a few relationships. So.
Interesting. Okay, I want to dive into that in a second.
Okay.
Well, what's the oldest and youngest you've dated relative to your age at the time?
I think I've only ever dated guys relatively close to my age. I mean...
That surprises me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, I have always been in a relationship. I've never really been single, which is kind of interesting. I mean, I have been, but like... It was always like I'm still involved with the ex or like
on and off.
Yeah, like the toxic bullshit that happens after you break up. You're like, oh, you're not allowed to like be with anybody else, but like we're single. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But wait, where were we going with that?
So with it's interesting. Have you had trouble dating because you do OnlyFans? Has that like led to like? Has it been harder? Are guys judgmental? Are they trying to get you to stop?
So like I said, I've only ever been in long-term relationships. So there's only like a few examples that I have. I've only had an OnlyFans but I've had one for 3 years. So I split with my ex about 2 years ago now. Whoa. And I've only had one boyfriend ever since. And so I've only had to deal with 2 guys, but they're like all about it. Until like the ex is like, oh, you're like, you know, trying to bag on me. Like, oh, you do OnlyFans, like blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, dude, you were a part of it. Come on. Like, you were all about it when I was paying all your bills.
Oh, you paid his bill. Why do girls fall for these dudes? I don't understand.
It's complicated.
Is it like is it the I'm trying to change him kind of mentality?
I am just like such a nurturing type of person.
You're a fixer.
Yeah.
I see.
And like he had issues, so I was like, okay, well, you pertain to these things, and then like I'll take care of it on my end, and like I'll make it work to like you know, like just being a good person, because I am such like an empath. You know what I mean? Like I have so much sympathy for people, almost too much. I'm like really kind and like too nice, and sometimes like my friends will be like, dude, stop.
What the fuck?
Like,
what are you doing
this
here?
person is like not nice to you. And I'm like, oh shit, I just see the good in people.
And is the thought like I'm going to change him, or is the thought I don't care, he's like this, but just I'm attracted to him and everything else?
This specific person, he became an alcoholic.
Okay.
And he was a professional BMX rider. And so he was like sponsored by the time he was 12. And now he's 28, I get like 27, 28. And anyways, he was known to be the guy who would just like send anything. You know what I mean? Like he would send the craziest shit that nobody else would. And he has traumatic brain problems, like brain injury. He has like a really like messed up head. And so when I found that out, I was like, you know, we were together, and it was like, oh shit, like I had so much sympathy for him. And so I was like, I will help like take care of whatever I gotta do. Like I'll pay for everything. I like paid for like all the like medical shit, because he was like, you know, he had issues. And so I was like, I just had so much sympathy for that. I don't know. I'm like, I'm a nurturing person.
You're a fixer. Yeah. It's a thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. That's just how I grew up.
I see.
Yeah.
And being a fixer, is that something you're trying to not do as much because you see like, oh, I need to set boundaries? Or you're like, no, that's my role. I'm going to lean into it and just fix more people?
I have had to cut myself off a little bit because I was getting like too deep into it. Mm-hmm. Like, this is kind of funny, but like I would meet people. Like I live in Eugene, Oregon. It's like one of the number one homeless population in the entire country per capita. Okay. And so I would like meet like women who had like kids in their van, and I'd be like, oh my God, like I'm gonna like make a post and like I'm gonna find a bunch of clothes for your kids, and I'm gonna like, you know, help you find like an apartment and shit, you know. Like I had to cut myself off because people close to me were like, dude, quit being like, you're not like a charity person, you know, like quit, take care of yourself. I've just always taken care of everybody my entire life. I've never been taken care of necessarily until like, I mean, recently I've been in a good relationship, and it's like nice because like I am taken care of in a sense, not like financially or like any of that shit, but just like my person.
Like he's stable.
He's stable. He understands me, and we like just like have like a very like good thing going. I see. It's cool. But getting back to all of that, yeah, I have an issue.
So let me ask you this. Now that you're in a stable relationship, is there any part of you that misses the drama and the ups and downs and the fun excitement of the more toxic relationships that you've had in your past?
I will say, sometimes I like stand still and I'm just like, when is it coming? Like, when is the storm gonna fucking hit? You know what I mean? Like what the fuck? Everything is too good right now. Like, I'm just expecting.
You're like skeptical.
Yeah, I'm like, no, something's literally about to hit the fucking floor. Like, you know what I mean? And yeah, going back to that, what did you say? What was your question again?
Do you miss the excitement?
The excitement? Yeah. No, I don't.
Okay.
It caused so much anxiety. You know what I mean? I don't miss that shit.
The reason I ask is, okay, so I started off my life as the good little nice guy simp who follows the rules and is polite because my parents were very religious and like sheltered me and everything, right?
Oh shit.
And then I got friend zoned and cheated on, and
you're from
hey,
Wisconsin.
Can you introduce me to your friend? All this shit, right? And then I became the biggest asshole, sociopath, narcissist, fuckboy on the planet, right? And fuck this, I'm gonna fuck as many girls until I fill the inner void and fucking get the validation that I need from girls, right? And now I kind of like matured from that. I'm kind of like in this third stage of the like, you know, caterpillar, cocoon, butterfly kind of stage. But I also do recognize that there were aspects of my fuckboy phase that you need in relationships, because if I don't have those aspects, like girls will say, Zach would say like, Zach, he's such a great guy. Anybody would be lucky to have him, but not me. But any other person would be lucky to have him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's funny because like you're from Wisconsin. It just like makes sense, you know, like when you said like the whole religious, like that's just what I picture. Like, you know, like, what am I trying to say?
I mean, that's the culture down there. It's very
like Midwest
follow
vibes.
The rules, like, oh,
Midwest vibes.
They need to get in. Let me like let them in. Let me brake my car and like give them some space so they can get in. When in LA, it's like
honk, honk.
It's
honk.
actually funny.
This bitch, dude.
My parents came and visited me one time, and my dad's like waiting for somebody to let him in on the freeway. And I'm like, Dad, they're not gonna let you in. You just have to fucking go and be like, what, bitch? You're gonna crash into me? Exactly. Like, that's the only way to survive out here. It's just like, it's a different world out here. But
The oh shit bar. I held on to it all day long today with her.
What's the oh shit bar? Oh, she's a bad driver. Yeah.
No, she's not a bad driver. She's a great driver. But I'm just not used to it because I live in small town Oregon. You know what I mean? Like, we don't deal with this kind of traffic, aggressive. And so all day today, I'm just like...
No, I dated a girl once. It was the last 19-year-old I dated. And
the last.
It was the last one.
How old are you?
What do you think? Careful.
Guys are so hard. Guys are so hard. You could be like 28. Or you could
We're going to be best friends now.
Or you could be 38.
I'm 32.
Okay. This is what I'm saying. Like, guys don't age.
But it's not really an insult if you get a guy's age wrong. It's like, as long as you're like rich and funny, it doesn't really matter. You know what I mean? It's like, you're fine. You'll be fine. You know, like, life will go on, you know?
I honestly don't prefer rich dudes.
You prefer broke dudes?
No.
Don't lie to me.
No, like, I will say one of the coolest dates I ever went on, dude was filthy rich. Like, I think he told me his dad was like one of the main investors or like people who do Coachella. And he shows up in like a fucking beater Toyota Camry, right? And picks me up. And I lived on University of Oregon campus, but I didn't go to college. Ever. I just pretended like I was in college.
To go to the parties, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah. And anyways, he picked me up in this like little Toyota shitter car and like took me on a date. And later we like kept hanging out a little bit. And then he picked me up in like an Audi R8. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Some
R8, yeah.
Yes. Nice ass car at the time. Like, I'm probably 21, and he was like, yeah, I picked you up in that because I like wanted to see if you'd stick around, because he had been so used to like girls just using him for his money back home that he like came to college and was like, I'm gonna pretend like I'm broke.
I've heard that theory before. Actually, my co-host, if he was here, he says the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't like. Just learn how to read people. Like, I can read the second I meet somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, this girl's a gold digger. Like, I can read it. I can just read people. Like,
I don't know. Like, I
don't want to drive around in a Toyota. I'm just like,
I would drive a Toyota. I mean, I drive.
Maybe you're a girl. Like,
I drive like a RAV4.
Yeah,
It's like an SUV, you know? It's nice.
Yeah, but if a guy, okay. if a first date, a guy is like, you know, you pulls up to your house in his Toyota, rolls down the window, beep, beep, come on, babe. Half price apps at Applebee's tonight. Let me bring out the coupon book. Like, you're just like, oh, that's hot?
I mean, it could be fun if, like, it wasn't a first date and you, like, knew the person. Like, let's go be, like, crazy for a day. Let's go to...
I mean, I get the vibe of it. Oh, I gotta tell you my 19-year-old story.
Okay.
So, she almost got me arrested for animal cruelty. But it wasn't my fault. It was actually her fault. Because, okay, so we're going to Six Flags. And my car's in the shop. So we're taking her dad's bright red Camaro, which he fucking loves. It's like his favorite car, right? Which was bad for me later on. And we're driving there. And first of all, she's a horrible driver. I was doing this, what safety bar you call it?
The oh shit bar.
Yo, literally.
The oh shit handle.
We didn't even have to go to Six Flags. Her driving was scarier than any of the roller coasters we went on, literally.
Oh, fuck. She's one of those.
Yeah, it was bad.
Oh,
it was
God.
bad. And we start talking about, you know, where's the craziest place you had sex before, right? And she's like, I've never had car sex before. And that's how I knew she was rich. And she came over from And so
Shelter.
she's like, let's do it at Six Flags. We'll find a spot in the parking lot. We'll have car sex. It'll be great, right? And I'm like, I'm 32. I'm like, car sex is for criminals, teenagers, and poor people. Like, I'm good. I'll have sex in my bed like an adult, you know? But she's like, come on, right? So we get there, and she's like, come on, let's do it. I'm like, babe, we have an hour and a half window to hit X2, Twisted Colossus, and Superman, because even with Fast Pass, if you don't hit those in the first couple hours, it's going to be like a 2-hour wait. Then you're sitting in line with the peasants who fucking pick their nose and play 20 questions to pass the time.
Me.
Are you one of those in line? I'm a seal. I'm a lion. Are you one like those? Like the little...
Depends on how many drinks I've had.
All right.
No, here's the thing is I love getting like downright ratchet and like being a fucking fool. Mm-hmm. I will literally go to an LA party with like the biggest celebrities and like do the dumbest shit. And people love me.
Interesting. I'm going to get back to the celebrities thing in a second.
Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
We're getting off topic.
So we go to Six Flags, have a great time. I'm an expert at Six Flags. I know what I'm doing. I'm professional, right?
Never been.
We have a great time. We go, really?
Never.
We have to all go to Six Flags sometime. We come back to the car, and she's big into like manifesting in the universe and all this stuff. And it was dark out, and for some reason, all the cars parked in like a 30-foot radius all had left, right? And the street light above our car was out, like it had gone out. And she's like, Zach, the universe is manifesting us to have car sex right now. And she's like, if we don't give the universe what it wants, it's going to give us bad karma. And like, I don't want to get bad karma, obviously. So I'm like, okay, well, I guess we have to do it now. So then we're in the front seat. I took the stuffed animal that I won and I put it in between my rib cage and the center console so I don't bruise my ribs like last time. And she's riding me and she has her hand on the shifter and she's like pushing off it for leverage. And all of a sudden I just hear, and I was like, what was that? She was like, oh, fuck. And she had broken the shifter where it would just like go back and forth, but it wouldn't catch the drive button. So it was like stuck in park. And she's like, my dad's going to kill me, blah, 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 blah. So we tow the car. I Uber home. And the next time I see her dad, she had told her dad with her fucking 2 brain cells rattling around in her skull that my dog was in the car. And my dog must have fucking broke the shifter while we're in Six Flags. By the way, I don't even own a dog. This is a made-up Tinkerbell fairy tale dog that she made up for the story. And now her dad's pissed at me, not because we had car sex, but because he thinks that I left a dog in a hot car for 8 hours while we go party in Six Flags. And he thinks I'm like some animal abuser, like fucking asshole boyfriend.
Oh, fuck.
So after that, I was like, yeah, 23 and above is my wheelhouse.
Her 2 brain cells.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's... I mean, I would come up with an excuse right on the spot, too. And
what would your excuse? You said on the spot.
No, like that's some dumb shit that I would come up with, though. Because I'm like, I don't know.
It sounds like you wouldn't come up with anything good on the spot.
No. It would be like, oh, okay, I get it. I get what happened.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's what would happen. Just because I'm just, like, so, like, I'd fumble that.
Interesting. But I want to get back to the celebrity thing.
Oh, dear God.
How do you look for some level of status or clout in terms of, like, the guys that you date?
No, absolutely not.
Because so far, track record that I've heard is BMX, pro BMXer, and guy whose dad owns Coachella.
Okay, this guy that...
By the way, I don't judge either way.
This guy was, like, literally so long ago. This is, like, a hookup. But, no. The guy I'm dating currently, he is literally, like, from small town Oregon. I was best friends with him. Not best friends, but, like, really, really good friends with him for a really long time. Before we started dating.
And he got out of the friend zone.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
A drunk night. It's kind of fucked up.
That's crazy.
It's like actually a really fucked up story.
What happened?
Let me just say this. I'm not proud.
What, you ate his ass or something? Spit it out.
No, even worse. Are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I knew this was going to come up somehow.
I bring out the best in people.
That's you do. Okay, so I was roommates with this girl. And I won't say her name, but I was roommates with this girl. And it was like a brief period of time, like months. Not even like any sort of, nowhere near close to a year. A part of the same friend group, we were friends. Like I wouldn't say we were like super good friends because we never like really hung out one-on-one with each other or anything, but we were friends. You know, she had come and visited me after I moved away back to San Diego, and Anyways, I came back to Oregon on like a trip knowing that I might move back. And I went to like a birthday party of a friend's, and he and I were such good friends. I was like really fucked up, and I was like, I'm visiting town, I'm staying with my dad. I don't want to go home right now to my dad, like drunk as fuck. So he was like, if you want, you can just like crash at my spot. And I was like, okay, cool. And got back to his spot, and yeah. Dun, da, da, da.
What's so bad? I'm waiting for the part that's like.
Okay, but this guy is that ex-roommate's boyfriend.
Oh,
sorry.
You never said that. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. I missed that part. Crucial.
I see.
Sorry. So yeah, it was my roommate's boyfriend of like 10 years.
Damn. Crazy.
I fucked up.
I have a question for you.
Oh God.
Be honest with me. Did the fact that he was dating this girl make you more attracted to him? Because there was this one guy in our high school, right? And he was the biggest nerd, like no girls liked him. He was awkward, whatever. And then for whatever reason, the like star cheerleader from our fucking high school, for whatever reason, started dating him. They dated for like a month, and then she broke up with him. And then after that, he got so many hot chicks in our school. Just because it was like the fact of like, oh shit, he's dating that girl. It was like, I don't know if it's a jealousy thing or like a kind of like, oh shit, you like see him in a different light once he's like dating somebody.
He might have a big dick. Like, honestly, come on.
So that's important. Big dick.
It's not, but he might be really good in bed. You know, like something's going on there. If he doesn't like come off to you as a man, like guys can like read other guys, I think, really good, right? Yes. And so like if he doesn't come off to you as anything special, then it definitely has to do with being in the sheets.
So your thing was, wait, he just seems like a normal dude, but somehow he got this girl, so he must be good in bed or something. He must have something.
Something's going on. See. Yeah.
I see.
It's even like the demeanor, you know, like I have been with guys who are like not the most attractive, but it's their demeanor. Mm-hmm. It's something about them, like their personality, something that just is like you're attracted
to. They have
to.
the it factor. Yeah.
Yes.
You seem like you like fuckboys.
No, I mean
that's surprising to me because like you're describing what like girls who like the fuckboy.
I just can't, I know the shits. I've been through it all.
I see. You can.
I've been there, done that. Mm-hmm. I'm 27. That's not that old, but like, come on, I've been doing this shit for like 10 years, you know? I've been on my own since I was 14. So like I've been through the shits. I feel like I'm literally like 35, 40.
Personality wise.
Yeah. Like just the way that I am. I've been through a lot of shit. So it's like when it comes to like comparing myself to other people my age, sometimes it's like kind of hard because I'm like, you know,
you seem interesting mix of both.
Yeah.
You seem like you've been through it. You're kind of like you come off as experienced in the fact that like you're like, yeah, I've been through this game before. Like kind of like, you know those movies where they're like, hey, we need you for one more job, and then like the old guy's like, can't do it, and they're like, but you're the only one who can help us, and he's like, all right, if that's what it takes, then I'll be... Like, you seem like that guy in the movies, you know? But, like, the girl version.
No, I am.
But then you also seem like you like doing, like, degenerate young person shit. And just, like, getting fucked up and go, like, jump on some cars or some shit, you know?
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Interesting.
I'm responsible, but, like, also fun. Now.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. So... I was a promoter for 6 months.
Oh, God.
I hated it. Yeah.
Shit. For her.
I mean, it was fun. Like, you get laid a lot.
Like,
but, like,
what
it's
club?
not fun. We did a Highlight Room, Warwick, and Nightingale.
Okay.
Yeah. And... Wait, what's that face for?
That's... Like, I used to be one of the girls that was, like...
That would come out with us all the time.
Yeah.
But the one thing that teaches you... It teaches you so much about... like human dynamics and the way people are.
Oh yeah.
It's like getting a PhD in communication skills. Like, I would remember so many nights where some girl, I would be like just trying to talk to her literally just because I'm like, I need you to come out because like we need more girls to come out. I'm just trying to be your friend. I'm not even trying to hit on you, right? And she'd be blowing me off on her phone, kind of like ignoring me, right? Okay, cool, no worries. Then all of a sudden, some other girl's like throwing herself at me. 30 minutes later, all of a sudden, that first girl is coming up to me giving me vibes. And I was like, half an hour ago, you wanted nothing to do with me. But all of a sudden, another girl's on me. All of a sudden, you're like all into me, right? And it just kind of taught me like, yeah, this shit, like, I don't make the rules, but this is the rules of the game. I wish I could be a good little simp and just run around with my simp friends, riding our bird scooters together and talking about our feelings. But I can't. Like, it's just not the world I live in, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, fuck, dude, that the whole, like, you even just like bringing up that whole club situation just like threw me back so hard.
Triggered you?
Oh, it triggered me. I like got stuck in my head a little bit. I was like, whoa.
But the clubs are fun every once in a while.
I'm
Someone's
having
birthday,
flashbacks.
get the sign, have some shots.
Oh God, I done some shit.
What have you done? I forgot about One Oak. That's been a thing in years. Yeah.
It triggered me. It just was like, whoa. You know, when you see like the movies and they're having flashbacks, it's like, whoa.
Okay, so what's your story?
Just basic ass LA club rat,
Good
hired
job.
by promoters, lived in an apartment with.
Oh, you did the model house thing.
Yeah, with like.
I had a model house for a year. Yeah, that also taught me a lot about human dynamics.
So I was stuck in this house. It's like an apartment, 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms. It was awesome, right? For like a 19-year-old, but like I was the only American. Every girl was like European, which is cool. It was really fun.
Russian, Ukraine, yeah.
Swedish, a lot of Sweden girls, Norway. So I met some of the coolest chicks this way that provided me with so much opportunity later on. But it was just like bunk beds in rooms, and it was like, yeah, we get to stay at this place for free, but we have to go out, 3-4 nights a week from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m.
Yep.
And then if you're sitting at, so-and-so's table and they invite you to the after party and you're 19, 20, 21 years old, you're not going to miss out on that fucking after party. You know what I mean?
You're saying because of your choice or because of the rules?
Because of the celebrity.
Yeah.
The person who got the table. You know what I mean?
But that's your choice.
Yeah, but how are you going to say no when you're that young? And you're like, I'm so fucking... Like, I'm from small town Oregon, right? Like, I'm not from LA where, like, people are used to this kind of shit. Like, I'm just like, oh, my God. Like, I saw this person on a show and, like, oh, my God. Like, So, for me, I was just, like, going out 3 times a week from 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. and then the after party until 4 a.m. and then the after until fucking 10, 11. And then I have a casting call at like 11 a.m. And I look burnt, but I'm like 19, so I can pull it together, right? Yeah. No.
Put some makeup on, you'll be fine, kind of thing.
I don't know how the fuck I'm still standing.
I
ran back to Oregon. Ran back.
It was bizarre to me to see it was so crazy. It was like a new model would move into the house, right? The first day, she's so thankful. Thank you for this opportunity. I can live for free. All I have to do is go out 3 nights a week. And we didn't even have bunk beds. We had 2 girls in a room. It was a pretty good model house, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. Good amenities, good pool. And within literally 2 weeks, it would be her trying to get out of going out, showing up late. Oh, wait, I can't tonight because blah, 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 blah. And it was just so crazy how, like, the girls would be unable to, like, put the pieces together in their head that, like, hey, like, rent is expensive. I don't have to pay rent, so this is how I'm paying my rent. And it became why are you making me go out? And it became like what do you mean? Like, that's the whole point. Why do you think you're living for free in this house? Because that's how you pay your rent. But it was like to see how fast that people get entitled to something because it's seen as like free, even though it's not free. You're paying your rent, but you're not seeing the money going out of your bank account.
Yeah.
It was just an interesting like experience in like social dynamics.
Yeah. No, it's crazy because also I like didn't really realize what was going on at the time, you know, like no promoter actually even told me that they were like making money off of me by like bringing me. It was just like a, you know, like as simple information as possible.
Wait, what did you think was the purpose? Just he wanted to have hot chicks when he went out?
They like
just for clout?
I had no idea. Like, they just didn't give me any information. You know, like, they're like, we're going to hook you up with this agency and blah, blah, blah. And it was just crazy. Even the fact that I even met promoters in the first place. It's a crazy story. I'm full of stories. You ready for this?
Go for it.
So, I'm like 19 years old. I live in Eugene, Oregon, right? University of Oregon. And huge football team. Yeah. Huge. And so I am...
Cool jerseys, too.
Yeah, Nike. All Nike, everything. All Nike, yeah. Uncle Phil.
Uncle Phil.
Yeah, that's what we call him.
Yeah, Phil Knight.
Yeah. Man. So I am stumbling into a bar. I lose all my friends. And it's like the end of the night, right? And I like look across the bar. And I see all these guys who are just like really tall and handsome. And I'm like drunk as fuck, you know, and I'm like, I'm gonna go talk to them. Fuck it. I'm gonna go shoulder check one of them, see if they say sorry. I don't know. And so I do it, and the guy goes,
Riz is strong with you.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, I'm sorry. You know, and he looks at me and he's like, oh, hey, what's your name? And he had an Australian accent. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, I hit gold here. Like, I'm small town. You know, Eugene is not that small, but it's small. And so this guy's like, I am sponsored by Red Bull and I'm like a professional athlete from Australia. And we are here on a tour and we're going to go, we were like flown here from like with Red Bull to come to a University of Oregon football game, Ducks. And so they came to a Duck game, and then they were going to go to like a UC or like a, a Lakers game. And then they were going to like all this shit. But anyways, at the bar, when I met him, he was like, you're super cool. Like, I'm going to text you in the morning. And if you want, you can hop on the plane and come with us to LA. That's our next spot. And I was like, okay. And so I literally hopped on a jet with these guys from Eugene to LA. Coolest guys ever. So fucking cool. They're professional rugby players, right? Like as Americans, we're like rugby, you know.
Like,
but
is that a real sport or is that like
but
a
Australians are just like so cutthroat, and that's my shit.
Yeah. They're
like,
very much. That's all. Yeah.
I fucking love.
That's
it.
like our group chat. Yeah.
Every time he'd talk, I'd be like, "Huh? What'd you say?" I couldn't understand him. He like. We speak the same language, but goddamn, the accent cannot be any different, you know? Yeah. And we had so much fun. And anyways, I was 19 and dude was like, oh, like, you know, there in Australia, I think it's like the age is 18 or 19 to drink. And he's like, oh shit, I forgot. Like you have to be 21. So he's like, let me hit up a promoter. And that's how I got in. And these promoters met me and they're like, who the fuck are you? I was like, I'm Emily motherfucking Cox. And I blew their fucking minds just because I'm like so not your typical LA chick, you know? Like I'm very fun and like original and not like conforming to any...
Cookie cutter.
What was that?
Cookie cutter. You're not
Yeah. No, I'm myself. Too much sometimes. And they loved me. And that's how I ended up in LA being a little LA club rat. Interesting. Yeah, and I ran the fuck back home. I was like, sayonara, this is too crazy for me.
Interesting.
Can't stop partying.
Yeah, LA is, it's like playing the video game on hard mode. It's like there's so much going on. There's like...
the overstimulation.
Narcissists, fuckboy, sugar daddy scene, OnlyFans. It's just like everything amalgamated into one.
So like I do all of that. But I do it while living, like,
a normal life,
way far away from all the shits.
In Oregon.
Yeah, and I come to LA often. Like I travel quite a bit with what I do, but I'm able to go home for like a week or two and just chill.
So tell me, how did you start the OnlyFans stuff? How did that all come about?
It's actually insane. I was living in Costa Rica and I met this beautiful girl, right? Best vibe. Like she was literally like an angel. Insanely beautiful.
Okay.
And I was like, how do you afford to like just like travel so much and like live this lifestyle? And she was like, I have an OnlyFans. And I was like, okay, cool, but like what do you do on there, you know? Like, because it was kind of new, like not new in a sense, but it was like 2019, 2020. 2021 actually, sorry. But anyways, I was new to that. That's when I started, was because of her. She convinced me. And she was just like an angel. And she was like, I'm working with OnlyFans to create more of like a diverse platform so that there's like, you know, yoga instructors and like chefs and then like, you know, like vloggers and stuff. So she was working directly with OnlyFans and like telling me all these things. And I was like, well, shit, I've modeled my entire life. So I have like literally thousands and thousands of albums like stacked. So if I started an OnlyFans, like I wouldn't even have to do anything.
You already have the content.
I have everything. Backdating to 18, you know, and it was, yeah, that's how I got into it.
I see.
Her name was Soleil, too.
Soleil.
I was like,
name.
Like, come on, what the fuck? Angel, like, sent from the sky.
Interesting.
Yeah.
OnlyFans, it's crazy because if you would have asked me before OnlyFans started, yeah, there's this website, people pay to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what do you mean there's free porn on the internet? I don't understand. Why would anybody pay for this shit?
Yeah.
And now I kind of understand. I'm like, I get it. Like, some guys are like, you know, they're just, oh, I have a connection with this girl. I feel like I like her. She talks to me, all this stuff. It's like a personal connection.
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
And I've dated 2 girls who have done OnlyFans. And it was interesting because ironically, I thought guys would be more judgmental. But guys weren't judgmental at all. They were like, oh, you're dating OnlyFans? Cool. But girls were super judgmental.
Oh, girls are the worst.
Bro, one time this girl went up to my girlfriend and said something along the lines of like, oh, yeah, like, that's nice that you make all this money, but like, I could never do that because I'm not a slut.
Yeah, I have too much respect for myself. Blah, 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 blah.
I was like, first of all, you're a 4. Like you look like a bowling ball stacked on top of an exercise ball with 2 shoes at the bottom.
Those girls...
OnlyFans doesn't want you. Like even if you applied to OnlyFans, they would reject you and say, sorry, we can't have you on the platform. You know, it's like crazy to me.
Well, and here's the thing is like, I keep bringing this up, but like small town Oregon, right? I went to like small high schools and shit. People, these girls, I've been out of high school since I dropped out as a freshman.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Can you even do that? I thought that was like illegal or something. I thought you had to at least like
I haven't obeyed by the rules since I was fucking born. So anyways, like these girls that I went to high school with, meaning I completed like freshman year and that's it. And these girls that I went to high school with, they literally will pay for my OnlyFans to stalk me.
The girls will?
Yes.
Crazy.
And it's crazy because I hear about it to this day. I'm literally 27. I mean, how many years was that? 13?
Since freshman year? Yeah, probably.
14. Yeah. I didn't go to school. So, anyways.
Girl math, you can just make up whatever number you want. It's okay.
You know, I'm good at math, but it's only like in like ounces and pounds. I'm not good at anything else.
I understand exactly what you're saying.
Anyways.
Do you ever have guys from your high school that like are like, oh man, I always thought you were hot, but like I want to see you naked, like that kind of thing? Because my girlfriend at the time that did OnlyFans, that was a lot of her customers were like guys from her high school who, and I was like, really?
You know, I haven't had anybody like personally from high school tell me that they follow me on OnlyFans. I don't think. but I have had like friends from high school who like didn't speak to me when I was in high school necessarily because they were like too old and too cool, and I was like kind of an outcast, honestly. I was just like, I didn't really fuck with anybody my age at that time.
I see.
I was like on my own, and so like people will be like, oh, like it's so cool that I went to high school with you. We were like, you know, like we brag about how we went to high school with you or some shit, and it like literally throws me off because I'm like, really? Because none of you would talk to me. Quite frankly, all of you would talk shit about me and made my life hell. So
And you're like, oh,
Fuck
now
off.
you want something.
I mean,
from
we're all cool now.
Now I'm hot and cool. I moved to LA. I have this lifestyle. Now you want to be friends with me.
It's funny because like I know that I'm like I'm attractive and whatever, but like I don't like doing the whole pregame shit, you know? Like I don't play into all of it. I like when people compliment me on like my looks or something, I'll be like, okay, but like what about my personality? What do you have to say about that? You know? And like when people like do all that shit, I always just come back on them, like, you know? Compliment me on my like personality or something, you know? But yeah. Times were tough as a fucking kid, dude.
Yeah. No, I got made fun of a ton of in high school. I was like the sheltered Christian fucking boy that wears like cousins' hand-me-downs. Is tough.
Oh dear God.
But I think it was good.
Yeah.
I think we actually need more bullying in schools nowadays. It's like we need more kids that like have some trauma. Like, these kids are too soft nowadays. They like go to therapy because like, my girlfriend broke my heart. Wah, wah, wah. Help me make it better. It's like it's like no, like get hurt in life.
Yeah.
And then fucking learn how to deal with your emotions like a fucking man, like and like deal with your problems.
No, when people are sheltered as kids, you know, like as a parent, if you like shelter your kid too much, they're gonna end up like that. Like they're gonna be like, oh, someone told me no. Oh, you know what I mean? Oh, boo-hoo. Yeah. No, I'm a mom.
Oh, you're a mom?
Yeah. Okay. I have a kid.
Interesting.
I have a daughter.
How old is she?
2.
Oh.
And so when I became a mom, I was like, holy shit. Like I'm responsible for like raising a human?
Yeah.
What the fuck? Me? Are you sure? My like, you know? And then as she's gotten older and now she's like 2, she has like a personality. And I'm like, holy
She has a personality.
No,
like,
she was an alien.
I see. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
She literally laid on the floor. Like, not on the floor, I shouldn't say that. She laid...
Like, cry, spit stuff all over the place.
Yeah, she laid in a little cradle thing for months and didn't fucking move, you know? And it was like an alien. And now she's like, Mama, stop. And I'm like, oh, God, you look like me? You talk like me? Holy shit. This is scary, but you're responsible for a human.
This is scary. You're like me. This is scary.
Yeah, like, oh dear God. And she's gorgeous. She's beautiful. So it's like, it's going to come sooner or later.
I'm on the fence of kids.
Yeah.
Because, so I went home to Wisconsin a little while ago, and I saw all my friends, and they all have kids, and they're all married, and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, Zach, you're going to miss the boat. You're 32. What are you doing? You got to get married, have kids, right? And so later in the conversation, I asked them, because I'm like, let me Sherlock Holmes, figure out the clues, do my research. And I'm like, what's like your best day? What's like your like, if you could wave a magic wand, your best day? And he's like, yeah, my mom's, or my wife's mom takes the kids for the day. My wife goes off with her girlfriends, just have the guys over, play some poker, watch the game, drink some beers, right? Yeah. And I'm like, your best day, your greatest moment of existence, I can do every single day of my life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is it a good idea to have kids? I'm like, I don't know. That shit scares me.
I will say that I thought the same thing. So, like, I did not plan on having a kid at all. At this time in my life, I have a 2-year-old now. So, I just moved to Costa Rica.
Oh, shit. I didn't know that.
In 2020.
Okay.
And, no, 2021, actually. Sorry. And the beginning of 2021. And I had moved all my shit there, literally got a house, everything. And I found out that I was pregnant.
Damn.
There's no flights back to the U.S. And I'm in a Catholic country, you know, like where you have no options. And at this point in my time, like
Wait, what do you mean there's no flights back to the U.S.?
It was during COVID.
Oh, so you got trapped in Costa Rica?
Yeah.
No way.
When I found out
Scoot your chair in a little bit. Yeah.
So when I found out I was pregnant,
Mm-hmm.
I was already 9 weeks along. Because I was like partying super hard.
No, yeah. I didn't understand pregnancy. You don't know until like, other than the period thing. But
yeah,
like,
but like when you're partying super hard, like, and also like I was taking birth control that was like the type that you skip your period or whatever.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, and I just wasn't like, I wasn't on top of it. And anyways, yeah, I found out I was pregnant. I was already 9 weeks along.
Crazy. In
Costa Rica. Mm. And I had just gotten a house, right? Like literally just dropped a whole put down on a house in Costa Rica. Mm-hmm. New build, everything on the beach. And I was so excited about it. I just started my OnlyFans. And then, found out I was pregnant. And at first I was like really questioning a lot of things because I was just like, why me? Why this situation? You know, like in America, mm-hmm. you're given a choice, you know, like if you're I was in a bad relationship at the time. Like I didn't want to be with this guy really. Like we had been going through a lot of bad shit. And anyways, I wasn't given a choice, but it was the best possible situation in the entire world. Because my daughter, her name's Ozzy. She's fucking sick. She's got the personality of like like too much personality almost. And I just look at her and I'm like, oh my God, you are going to be something so amazing. Mm-hmm. Because I'm raising her, right? And that's where we get back to this, like you being responsible for raising a human or whatever. Like, it's cool. You get to form a human. Mm-hmm. And like, I've been a fuck up my whole life. You know, like I've done dumb shit. I regret whatever. But I've also been super successful for my situation that I was given. And so to raise a woman is like, fuck, the coolest thing I've ever done. Mm-hmm. And like, I just look forward to like days in the future where we can have like cool conversations. But I also kind of dread it a little bit. Like I'm scared. I'm a little scared. Mm-hmm. Because I mean her father isn't in her life at all. Like he's very gone in his head. And so my boyfriend has raised her since she was 8 months old. It's kind of weird. That's interesting. Never thought I'd be a part of some situation like this, but here I am and I'm making the most of it.
Does he feel weird raising a kid that's not his own?
At first, it was weird for the both of us. We had been good friends for so many years. Mm-hmm. And then I got pregnant. Me and my daughter's father, biological father, we would go to his house, my current boyfriend's house. We'd go to his house while I was pregnant. And, like, I'd make food for the boys, you know, like.
Oh, so you started dating the new guy when you were pregnant?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, like I was dating my daughter's father, mm-hmm. Tyler. I was dating Tyler, and we would go over to one of my best friend Eric's house, and I would be like, you know, making all the boys food. And then now I'm dating Eric, and Eric is raising Tyler's daughter. Essentially,
I see. So like, are Eric and Tyler friends?
At one point, they were like they knew each other, obviously because of me, But like, no, not friends at all.
I see. Well, especially now, I'm sure.
No, yeah, they yeah.
I see.
Yeah, it's a really, really bad.
You should have a reality show.
You know what? If I had cameras on me at all times, I'd probably be in jail. So. Not that I'm a bad mom. I just have fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel you. What's your craziest OnlyFans story?
Oh God. So today was like top 3. So I have this fan. I'm on this site, right? And he's like one of my top people, and he has been for a really long time. And so he had told me he lives in Philadelphia, right? And so he has... Let me backtrack for a sec. For some reason, when I started getting into this industry, I attract findom. Do you know what that is?
Like guys who want to be dominated.
Financially dominated.
Findom.
Gotcha. Yeah. I didn't even know what that term was.
Wait, that's the best. Guys just pay you a shit ton of money to like turn themselves on, right?
No.
I thought that's what it was.
I mean, kind of.
Like you have to be like, yeah, give me money, bitch. And then he's like, oh, yes, please. Anything for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
In a sense. So I didn't know this. Like, it's funny because I'm with an agency, right? And like a small agency, small company, woman-owned agency for OnlyFans and all that.
Okay.
I have multiple different things, but it's funny because my manager, the girl who runs everything, she tells us that each girl attracts their own specific type, right? And it's something that nobody would have ever fucking guessed. You know, so one of my friends in this agency, she's attracted by, like, her audience is a lot of people who are in wheelchairs.
Interesting.
She's not in a wheelchair, but for some reason, like, she just gets this influx of people who are like in a wheelchair or like paraplegic. And then for me, it was findom. And my manager had to tell me one day, she was like I've noticed like people who are into findom are really into you. You give off the vibe. And I was
You have a dominant personality.
And I was like, what the fuck is findom? You know? And she had to explain it to me. And it took me months to get it down. Because I'm a nice person. You know, it's hard for me to tell someone, oh, you're a bitch. You're a fucking loser. Give me all your money.
I feel like that comes natural to you.
It doesn't.
You seem like the type you'd be like,
I'm the sugar mama. I'm like, the sugar mama.
Call me mommy, bitch.
No, I'm the sugar mama, right?
Yeah, that's why it seems like it would be. Well, I see what you're saying, but like, you seem like you'd be the dominant one in the relationship. Like, you'd want to wear the pants and like say my name, bitch. Like the Simps call you mommy when you peg them from behind, kind of thing.
I could be into that. I am into that sometimes, but I'm also into being like the submissive one too.
Interesting.
But I am very dominant, especially when it comes to like personality. I think I like word vomit on every person I meet.
I see.
Tell them everything about myself.
I mean, you literally said you met some Australian dude because you fucking shoulder checked him in the club.
Yeah, I was like, oh my God, you're hot.
I see.
Yeah. And I ended up on a private jet to LA and met some club promoters that introduced me to my best friend Sarah 8 years ago. So.
Boom. Okay, but what happened with the findom stuff?
Okay, so
the guy from Atlanta. Where's this guy from? Philadelphia.
I can't say his username, but this guy, he is an old man, and he's gross. He loves it when I say this about him. I'm such a nice person, which is the most fucked up part about this. But anyways, he's like, call me a loser, call me a bitch, call me your pay pig. I'm like, okay, whatever gets the fucking bag. Anyways, I've established like a client type of relationship with this man on the internet for like 9 months now, 6 months. And his ultimate fantasy is being a fucking weirdo on the beach, staring at me in my bikini with my friends. Like, just like me and my friends laying out on a blanket on the beach, and him just like pacing back and forth.
Oogling you guys.
Yeah, just like staring, and us being like, ugh, old guy, fucking loser, you know? And so he was like, basically, like, if you come to LA, like, I'll pay for your tickets, I'll pay for accommodations, I'll pay for your hotel. Same with my fucking girl Sarah. Take the bag. Anyways, he's like, I will pay for all your accommodations in exchange for you going on the beach with your friend, right? And I'm gonna like be on the beach, and we're gonna arrange it so like you tell me what you're wearing, I'll tell you what I'm wearing, and then I'm gonna like pace back and forth for a couple minutes and just like watch you, right? Because like this is his fantasy, is like seeing girls on the beach in their thong bikinis. He's like, and I'm gonna hand you an envelope full of money and walk away. All it was. I'm going to walk up to you. I'm going to hand you an envelope and your friend for coming, an envelope full of money, and literally say hi and walk away. And then go spend more money than I've ever spent on you on OnlyFans as soon as I get back to my hotel room. That's what happened today.
That's crazy. Because the crazy part, he could already do that. He could just go to the beach and hand out money to girls.
He lives in fucking Philadelphia.
Probably like, there's no hot girls in
Philadelphia. He said he lives in Philly. I've honestly never been to the East Coast really, besides Florida. But I think Philadelphia, and I think Amish people, maybe. I don't know. Maybe. This guy.
He's like, oh my God, I've only seen
He was
ankles.
like, call me old. Tell me about my old wife. And he's like, I have a 4-inch dick. Tell me how small my dick is. And I'm like,
no, I've heard of these guys because my ex-girlfriend who did OnlyFans, she would tell me all these stories about guys. Yeah, tell me you're gonna step on my balls and blah blah blah, like all this shit. I'm like, crazy to me. I guess because how I was brought up very like old school, so like very like more like masculine like tendencies, but like I don't know, it's crazy. I've seen some shit. I've heard too, like the top CEOs, a lot of big celebrities that have it all, can fuck any girl they want. They like this kind of shit. They like the girls who take control.
Dude, I've like come in contact with like huge people, and they reveal their identities to me because it's like a kink to them. You know, they're like, I want you to know who I am. This is like, send me proof and everything. And then they're like, do what you want with it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm going to milk the fucking bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you have to.
And I have like a management now. And so things are a little different.
Okay, let me ask you this. Being in this industry where that's your job is to milk the fucking bag. And by the way, I don't judge you at all for this. I think if you're a guy and you're falling for it, either you want to be falling for it or you have to learn your lesson, one of the two. And the reality is, if you're not milking them for the bag, somebody else is milking them for the bag. They're going to get milked at some point. So
these people want it.
Yes.
I'm not just like...
But does any part of it make it difficult for you in like an actual relationship to kind of like see it as not a transactional type of thing? You know what I mean? Because the first girl I dated who did OnlyFans, our relationship was very like a normal relationship. She just did OnlyFans, right? And it is what it is. The second girl I dated that did OnlyFans, I told her very clearly from the start, I'm not a sugar daddy. I haven't done the sugar daddy thing. But she would do things like we were in Vegas one time and she's like, let's go shopping. And she would just come up to me with like a pair of Louboutins. She'd be like, oh my God, these are so cute.
Can you say Vegas one more time?
Why?
Say it.
Okay, whatever. It's my accent. Deal with it. And she'd be like, oh my God, these are so cute. And just pause.
Yeah.
And just wait for me to say, I'll get them for you. And I'm like, no, I'm not your sugar daddy. I'm not going to buy you Louboutins on a random Wednesday in Las Vegas. Like, that's not who I am. And it felt, even though it was it wasn't like a sugar daddy relationship, it felt like she was treating it like a transactional relationship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think that like some girls are just like that. You know what I mean? Like, they're into the whole transactional thing. For me, I separate the two.
Okay. I've
never been the type to have like a sugar daddy. I've always been the fucking sugar mama. You know what I mean? And so I don't resonate at all. I see. That's why like I don't fit in here in LA. It's hard for me to like get along with any girls at all.
No, but that's all girls in LA. Every girl I meet in LA.
Everyone's a transplant. Nobody's from here. But like, here's the thing: is I go to certain events. I'm such a friendly person. Hey, how are you? What's your story? You know, where are you from? Like, how was it growing up there? You know, I care. I want to hear what you have to say. And I feel like a lot of people I meet here are just like they ask you a question and you're responding and they already have like something they want to say. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's a one way.
They're waiting for, oh yeah, I actually know Robert Downey Jr.'s nephew.
Yeah, and it's like,
just like, I don't care.
Yeah, come on, dude. Like, do a cool party trick, you know? I love that. You know, like, let's do some weird shit.
You want to hear some crazy shit?
Yeah.
There's this girl. We do these trips every year to Palm Springs. And we just get a big mansion. We get like 30 of our friends together. We get some randos. Not randos, but like friends of friends and stuff like that. So the girl comes and she's like, yeah, my party trick is I can squirt on command. And we're like in the hot tub at like 4 a.m. And she's like, you want to see it? We're all like drunk. And we're like, yeah. So this guy is like, one of our friends holds him like this. And she just like squirts on him like in the hot tub. And he's just like, he like loves it because he's like, whatever, he's into that, whatever. But it was just like the craziest shit. I was like, holy shit. But it was honestly like, but you need those people at the party to make it like a party you remember.
That is a
you know what I mean? You
that
need people
every
that have like
single
crazy
one of those
shit.
motherfuckers in that hot tub or that space will always talk about for the rest of their life.
Yeah, like if you have a party, everybody's just like normal and like just fucking like, you know, oh yeah, you know, I just had like 2 parents growing up and like I went to college and I just like have this office job. It's like, yeah, you could have a fun party, whatever, but like nobody's going to remember it. Nobody's going to talk about it. We call it wrench theory. Because like you have to have somebody who throws a wrench into things and makes the party like something you're going to remember.
That's me.
I know I was going to say you would be a great wrench.
Oh yeah. I love to spice things up.
All right, you got to come party with us when you're in LA. Let me know next time you're in LA. You got to come party with us.
Yeah, no, so my thing lately, this is like my dirty little secret that none of my friends know, but now I'm exposing myself. Mm-hmm. So like I live in a small town. It's like a bunch of friends, right? Like hometown type friends. And whenever I have parties with them or I go to like a party or like I go to like an event with all my people, even like when I come to LA, I have like a huge like tub full of silicone dildos. Like the ones that like...
Oh, the
suction cups.
Yeah. Suction to the wall, yeah.
Yeah. And so anytime anybody comes to like party with me or like I go to a party or like I go to any event where I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be funny. I go and I unlock people's cars and I put a dildo on their windshield. So when they get in their car and they're like about to drive, there's like a fucking 9-inch BBC hitting them in the forehead.
He just got a dick staring him in the face.
These dildos are not cheap.
That's hilarious.
I'm providing a service of laugh. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know, you got to spread joy and excitement throughout the universe, and that's your way of doing it.
How are you going to be mad if you get in a car and you see a 9-inch BBC staring you in the face?
Okay, we need you in our friend group. You need to come move to LA because we need you to supplement the other wrenches in our friend group. Yeah.
So, like, even when I have, like, gatherings at my house, every bathroom in my house has, like, dildos all over it.
Okay, yeah.
So everyone just knows, like, oh, I'm at Emily's house. It's no big deal.
It's dildo time.
There's dildos.
It is what it is.
Slapping me in the face. And I love this shit. It like comes from my mom, dude. My mom was so gnarly. My mom was like way gnarlier than me. Party.
Than you.
Fuck, dude.
Because you already set the bar pretty high for gnarliness.
No, my mom is the GOAT. She passed away, like what? 2018. Mm-hmm. What? I don't even know what year it is. What is it? 2024? So like
6 years ago.
Shit. Whoa. Anyways, she was like an 80s queen, and she was like a tour bus hoe in the 80s. She like all her stories are so sick. Mm-hmm. She's like, guess what I did? You know, and like. And
you're like living in her footsteps.
Yeah.
You have like crazy stories too.
Dude, I was 22 when she passed away. So I had been living for like already 4 years at that point, just like doing gnarly shit. And like I would come to my mom and be like, Mom, guess what I did? She'd be like, what? Well, did you use a condom? That was my mom. You know, like she was nuts.
Yeah.
My mom had a hot pink pube fro.
That's sexy.
I'm not kidding.
Sexy.
She dyed her fucking pubes hot pink.
That's crazy. You know, it's interesting because, like I said, I had like the religious parents who were always perfect, blah, blah, blah parents, you know. And I love them to death. They were very good parents. I'm so glad they brought me up in the way they were extremely good.
Yeah.
But I do wish I had the relationship with my father that he could tell me, like, son, this is how girls are and blah, blah, blah. But the truth is he's very religious.
Yeah. Christian or Catholic?
Catholic.
Okay.
And he knows that I party. He knows I've had sex before I'm married.
Yeah.
All these things. But he never brings them up. And it's just kind of awkward, like I'm close to him, but there's like a level of closeness that I feel like I will never get to because he will never bring that up, because instead of bringing it up, it's just easier to just like kind of pretend it isn't there. And I get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like there is part of me that wishes, like some of my friends have this relationship with their father where they're like, yeah, like I fucked this girl last night and blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't know. It sounds kind of fun. I do wish I had. And when I was growing up, like I played sports. He was a gym teacher. Like we were super close. How did the game go? Like all this stuff. And like, I do wish that I had that relationship with him.
You have to find a balance. So I had the most extreme version of what you had, like opposite. Right?
Yeah.
And as a mom now, like I get to make the decision. Mm-hmm. I get to choose how I raise a child. I get to choose what I expose her to. My ultimate theory is like they're already going to be like exposed to everything. You know, like whether or not you like it, as you know, like you were raised by stricter parents, they're going to be exposed to shit.
They're going to figure it out, yeah.
Do you want them to learn it from a kid in middle school, or do you want them to learn it from you? Mm-hmm. Like a person who they trust and love. And that's my ultimate goal. Like, if there was one thing I really loved about my mom, it was like I could tell her everything. And like we loved each other, but we fucking hated each other at the same time. We were too much alike. And she actually died from alcohol.
Damn.
Yeah. She just fucking sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That was all she was about. 80s baby. Like literally the biggest blonde afro, you know? Like her stories, dude, were insane. She was a little groupie hoe back in the day too. It was sick. When she this is kind of morbid, but here's the thing. I'm kind of numb to shit. So like when I talk about things that are like a little bit heavy for some people, it's because I've just been...
You're like, I've gone through it.
I just don't feel things the same way that other people do. Like my humor is different, you know? But when my mom was dying, it was crazy. Crazy situation. This is top 2 stories ever. Ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
All right, Zach. So, I hadn't spoken to my mom in years. And my sister and brother, we all got separated when we were kids. We got taken away from our mom as kids.
Yeah.
And separated. Sorry. We got separated. And my mom lived with my grandma. Anyways, I had a friend go to my grandma's house and like coincidentally do some construction work on her house. And my friend called me and was like, hey, when was the last time you seen your mom? And I was like, a while. And they're like, you need to get in the car and you need to come here. So I went there and I saw my mom and I saw what state she was in and I knew what was happening. But I've been preparing myself for this my whole fucking life. I knew my mom was an alcoholic, a drug addict, in and out of jail my whole life. And so I got in the car, I went and saw her, and I was like, oh, shit. And I called my sister and brother, who recently just both, my brother and sister are 15 months apart, so they had turned 18 and 19 at this time.
Okay.
And both of them ran away to me and lived with me while they were teenagers. I'm not much older, but I took my sister and brother in when I was like 20, 21, and they lived with me. And so like I called my sister and brother, and I told them, like, I had a house that they lived in. I paid for everything. Like, I bought them cars. I bought them, like, I got them their driver's license. Like, I paid for everything. And so I was, like, their mom at this time. And I said, hey, look, our mom's passing away. You have a choice. Do you want to come and do you want to, like, have your farewell? or do you want to like live the rest of your life like just knowing who you knew? And they're like, let's do it, fuck it, you know. And we had like a really good sense of humor about it. And my mom was so fucking funny, dude. Like when we were in the hospital room with her, my mom, she was like, I got pregnant on one of these. It's like a stretcher she's on. She's like telling the hospital staff, I got pregnant on one of these. And then she's like so high on morphine. And she's like, I get to the hospital the next morning and the hospital staff is like, your mom is like on one. And I'm like, oh God, what happened? And they're like, she complained all night that Journey, like the band Journey from the 80s, was doing a live concert in the hotel lobby for too late last night. And it kept her up last night. And I was like, God damn it, Mom. And then, anyways, that's my mom, right? And so during all of this, I'm huge. Did I say the band? No? Okay, I don't want to disclaimer shit. But anyways, I'm a huge fan of this, like, group.
You can't say if you're a fan of the group.
Yeah, I didn't sign a disclosure. You didn't give me an NDA. It's a wholesome story. I'm sure you would love this.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm a huge Louis the Child fan. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, like, this was 2019.
Okay.
Yeah. 2019. No, this is 2018. And so, anyways, my mom is passing away during this exact time. And it's like a comedic time, almost like in the most morbid way, because my mom's funny as fuck and like has all these dumbass memories, right? And I told my mom, like, I was at a party and I found out that Louis the Child was coming to my hometown. And I literally got on the site and I bought as many tickets as I could because I knew they were going to sell out. And I was like, oh, this is my hustler mentality. I'm going to fucking come up, you know. I'm going to get all my friends to come. They're going to pay me double the price, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, Louis the Child comes to town. And by the time they finally come, my mom's like really on her deathbed. And it's crazy. So before I went to the first concert in my hometown, Eugene, I went to my mom at the hospital and I was like, Mom, I'm going to go see my favorite DJs tonight. Like, she's like, literally go have so much fun, you fucking brat, you know? And I took a Sharpie and I wrote Andy on the bottom of her foot, like Toy Story, you know, like it fucked with her. Like, haha, I'm going to go do some shit just like you used to do, right? And so I went to this concert and I was in kind of like a bad mood. I did a little bit too much ecstasy and started like really getting sick. So I went to the bathroom. I started throwing up and I was about to text my sister to come get me. And coincidentally, I was just like, let me look at my Instagram messages. I don't know why. I was fucking high as shit. And I had posted a photo earlier in the day of like me like going to Louis the Child tonight, and it's two guys, so Robbie is one of them, and he saw my story because I tagged them, right, like while I was at the like pre-gaming and whatnot. And so I'm like literally throwing up in the toilet and I'm looking at my phone and it's like, Louis the Child texted you on Instagram, like, you look really good tonight, what are you doing afterwards? And I was like, so wait the fuck up. You know what I mean? I was just like, I'm ready to go. Right? And so I run back out in the crowd and I told all my friends, I'm like, oh my God, look. And no one believes me, right? Because we're all fucking fucked off. And after I didn't expect anything, right? Like I was just like, whatever. And after the show ended, we all went back to like my friend's house. Mind you, we're all like 20 to 22. Like, we're young. And we got back to the after party. We're having such a great time. I didn't expect anything. Like, I was like, oh my God, he messaged me once. Whoa. And he messaged me again and was like, where's the after party? And I was like, da 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 da. But like, it's literally just like hometown. Homies like don't expect to come here and be like at like some LA shit, you know? Because like these guys headlined Coachella this year. They were huge, and they came up to the door and they rang the fucking door, and I opened the door, and I'm like, hi, you know, and I had no idea who I was even texting through the Louis the Child account. Yeah. Like, I had no idea. And Robbie came up and was like, hey, like, Freddie's got a girl. Freddie, who was the other guy, he was like in a like kind of relationship, whatever, but like Freddie wasn't. And Robbie, Freddie, blah blah blah. Anyways, Robbie was like, you know, hey, hi, how are you? And we had the best fucking night. And these guys at the end of it, it's like all of us like weirdo hippies from fucking Oregon hanging out with these famous DJs who were also the same age as us. Like, we're all about 21, 22 at this time. And they were like, we are so thankful for you guys to give us the opportunity to have a time like this where we feel like our age, you know, like where we're able to like go and party and like be around people. And like, it's like, you know, some college type shit. So it was really fun. But Robbie and I like continued to like see each other for like a few days afterwards. And like, I followed him a little bit like on his tour date. And like, my mom was passing away at the time, and I told my mom, I was like, Mom, like, I want to go see this guy. Like, he's on his next like stop. And she'd be like, no, like, what are you gonna do? Sit here and watch me die? Like, go do your fucking thing. Have fun. So I did. I went and I fucking did it. And then I came back, and the day I came back, my mom like passed away. She like waited for me. It was so sick. It was like in true fashion, you know? It was so fucking rad. That
is a great... The thing is, so my grandpa, he was the one who taught me piano. He's probably the biggest influence, one of the biggest influences on my life.
Yeah.
And it was the same way where it was crazy. Like, he was like, you know, it turned bad pretty fast.
Yeah.
And so I flew home to Wisconsin. And the day I came, we all like read him this like letter that we like wrote for him, you know, and then ended up passing away that day.
Isn't that crazy how they wait for you?
It is crazy.
And they wait.
I think there is some scientific thing about like your brain wants to stay alive for whatever reason, you know.
If there's anything I've learned, it's that there's something way bigger than all of us. Way bigger.
And the thing too is like when people pass away, I truly believe it's not about, oh, the last time you see them or something like that. It's like about the years of your life that you spent with them. You know what I mean? It's not about that last 10 minutes you're with them. It's about all their positive moments. And even my grandpa said, I remember when he's still alive, he's like, yeah, if I pass away someday, like, I don't want any of you crying at my funeral. I want you guys to like celebrate my life, be happy, laugh, like remember all the jokes we had, you know?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, that's the shit. You know what I mean? Like, you can choose to perceive that kind of shit however you want, but if you have a good outlook on it, and you're like, look, I don't know how, like, if you're religious or anything anymore. I grew up Catholic also, like Spanish Catholic. So, like, we spoke fucking Spanish in church. It was crazy. I don't even really, like, I speak Spanish, but, like, I'm not fluent. And, like... Yeah, so, like... it's all about how you perceive this shit. You know what I mean? I maneuver through my life, and I feel shit. Sometimes I feel like I'm a fucking witch. You know, I'm like... How did I predict that? You know, like... But here's, like... I think that if you're in tune with some shit, you know, if you bring yourself to a level of like mutual understanding with other people, you know, you try to understand other people, you can get a feel, you know what I mean? And yeah. I don't know where else I'm going with that. I could
it's
go on, but here,
We're actually about out of time. I think it's a perfect way to end it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, a couple rapid fire questions we always do at the end. Keep things light, you know.
Light as fuck, Emily. Light as fuck, Emily.
Favorite food? Tacos?
Yeah.
Tacos, I only like them if they're very expensive or very cheap.
Yeah.
Like, it either has to be like a nice restaurant or like some like taco truck that's like a dad and his son have owned it for like 30 years. They only speak Spanish.
That's my shit.
One of the two.
Yeah, I used to stay in, I used to live in Costa Rica, Mexico City, and San Diego. So I'm all about the small shit, dude.
I like how you rope San Diego in with those two.
Dude, it's the same shit. Basically, fucking Tijuana. You know?
It's like 10 minutes away, yeah?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You wanna continue partying after 2 a.m.? Let's just hop the border.
Cross the border. Game over.
Hong Kong's open till 6 a.m. You want to see Donkey Show? You know?
You're wild.
Yeah.
Favorite
for science.
What's up?
I said it's for science.
Of course, for the plot. Yeah, for the plot. Favorite first date spot or activity?
First date. Holy shit. Maybe let's like go on a food tour.
So you're a foodie.
Yeah, I'm gonna like go try a bunch of food spots. I love beer. Huge beer girl.
Hey, I'm from Wisconsin. I get it.
I'm an IPA girl. Let's go to some.
No, not IPAs. Come on. Like, I get lagers. I get a stout. I get IPAs.
Like the heaviest IPA.
I don't know if we can be friends anymore.
9%ers.
Yeah, this might be the end of our relationship.
I'm a huge IPA girl.
Interesting. Favorite or next travel destination you haven't been to that you want to go to?
So I throw event trips, right?
Mm-hmm.
Content trips. That's my thing. It's my new business venture. Mm-hmm. And our next content trip that we're doing is in Nashville.
Interesting. I used to live in Nashville.
Oh, shit.
It doesn't seem like much of an OnlyFans spot, but it's a fun city.
Dude, there's the Airbnbs. The places. So
probably super cheap for a very nice place.
Relatively compared to anywhere else. Yeah. We got this amazing Airbnb, dude. Amazing. Hosted by this cool ass property management company. Anyways, it's Playboy themed. It's called the Playmate Lounge.
It's perfect for what you're doing.
Absolutely. Half of the girls that I work with are with Playboy, including myself. We're all on Playboy. And so this Airbnb that I got is insane. And that's my business venture right now. Is like I don't know what it's called yet. It's a media company. It's a production company. It's collective. I'll figure it out. I'm letting it come to me as far as like brand name shit. But as far as it goes now, it's me, Emily Cox. I throw events. And I invite beautiful models with OnlyFans followers and Instagram followers. And we get like elaborate Airbnbs, right? Like top of the top. Cool, eccentric. I'm into the artsy shit. I want weird. I don't want some random shit you're going to see on someone else's story. You know, and I run it. I fucking run all of it. Now I'm hiring photographers. My friend Joey P, he's now my hire on. And yeah, this Nashville shit is going to be insane. I just did one in Bend, Oregon. And it was amazing. I had the best girls out there. And we had so much fun. And here's the thing about these shoots, right? And I'm sure you know this because you did the same. Is that if there is one thing that OnlyFans girls need, right? Content. You can overshoot the fuck out of your house. Mm-hmm. Or your friend's house. Or, your street. Your local spots, right? But these destination trips at these mansion Airbnbs, they come along with an experience, right? So like, any type of shit. Like I'm planning one in Florida. We're going horseback riding, you know, like an experience that you don't ever get to do with like other girls who are huge on OnlyFans. And the crossover rate is insane. Like after we leave these trips, the engagement rate is through the fucking roof for everybody. Mm-hmm. Mine was like 1,000% after my last one. And it's just, it's insane, dude. This shit blows my fucking mind. And, like, I've never had the opportunity in my life to, like, pursue anything that's creative, right? Like, painting, drawing, like, anything like that. Mm-hmm. And now I'm finally free from, like, any burden I've ever fucking had. And I'm flying with this shit. Figured it. I did acid, right? I had a terrible week and I did acid. And acid told me, like, you are your production, your events. You're an event coordinator. And you do OnlyFans. And what do OnlyFans girls need? Content. Mm-hmm. If I can organize all the shits, and eventually I don't want models to pay me anything, right?
Right now they pay you to go on the trips?
Right now they do, yes. So it's, and I don't profit anything. Which is the coolest part about it, is because I don't
that goes to the rental or whatever.
It just pays for everything. So what I do is I get the rental, and then I get a massage therapist on the last day to come give us all massages before we leave, so everyone feels, because posing and shit, doing all the bullshit,
arching the back for
dude,
8 hours.
It hurts. After 2 days of this shit, you're fucking dead.
Yeah, it's brutal.
So
I believe it.
And I pay for all the food, and I like to tie in experiences, but anyways, yeah, the models pay me right now, but I don't profit shit. Mm-hmm. And it's like $400 to $500, right? But you're getting all this shit. My goal is to work specifically with brands who tie into what I do, right? Eccentric, sexy models who have huge followings. This is the new age marketing, right? You can be a super successful brand just by hiring somebody like me, mm-hmm. who has collab shoots every other month or every 2 months, and I bring in models who have, 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers, 200, whatever the fuck it is. It's the engagement rates are insane, mm-hmm. and that above anything else is worth it. Mm-hmm. That's the best marketing strategy there is nowadays. And I want to be the girl.
Yeah, sounds like you have a good handle on things.
Yeah, I do. I have a good idea.
Good for you.
I've been at this shit for a few months.
Interesting.
And I don't plan on profiting off this shit for a while.
And trust me, because I worked in events.
I know you do.
And so I know how hard it is to throw an event. And, oh shit, the catering showed up late. People aren't mad at the catering company. They're mad at you because it's your event.
I want to do it on a smaller scale.
Yeah. I understand.
I do 10 girls or less. That way we all are comfortable with each other. Mm-hmm. Everyone feels close to each other, right? I don't want, like, cliquey shit is bound to happen, but I don't want, like, super cliquey shit.
Yeah.
And I don't want to have to do it on a scale where it doesn't feel personal. Like, I want this shit to be me. Like, eventually my goal is to, like, have the chef come. I want multiple photographers to be there who are hire-ons, and these girls are knowing that they're paying this amount of money, or, eventually I don't even want to have models pay. I want to do just strict brand sponsors, investors only. Mm-hmm. I want to be able to ask these girls who have millions of followers, like, you come for free, you're guaranteed this, all you got to do is tag this and this and this in this post, and that's it. Mm-hmm. So.
Interesting.
One-man show, too. It's a fucking shit show. Yeah. I have a 2-year-old, too, so that's fun.
I'm sure it's a lot of work. I know how much work it is to throw an event. I know how much stress goes into it. I know how much that people just have fun at your event and they think, oh my God, this is just so great. And they don't realize all the moving parts that had to happen, all the messages and reconfirms and, oh, they flaked, so we got to find someone else. And last second, this happened and there's no parking. And, I get it.
I've been doing this shit since I was like 14. Events.
Yeah, you get it. You've been doing it maybe longer than me. Holy shit.
Dude, I literally threw a fucking Fetty Wap concert one time. I threw a Tyga concert when I was like 14.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was a promoter in a Tyga concert. I'm 27. This is 13 years ago. You know, like I have been doing this shit for so long, and I don't want to make myself seem like a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
I don't want people to perceive me as like, oh, this girl has a lot to talk, but she just like doesn't have enough to back it. No. I have taken my fucking time.
Do it the right way. Learn the skills.
I didn't graduate high school. I never went to college. But here's the thing. I have street skills. I know how to talk to people.
You know how to sell.
I know how to sell.
Sales is the most important skill
I'm a hustler.
of them all.
I've always been a hustler. I had no fucking choice. So now I'm just like, hear what I have to say. Because I'm finally like confident enough to say it. You know, like I don't want to make myself sound like an idiot. And even coming on this podcast, I was like, I don't want to come on this podcast without knowing what my company name is yet. You know, like as far as my event production goes, like my content trips. But here's the thing is like I could talk about this and somebody's going to hear me talk about it and hear my passion behind this and be like, I want to talk to her. You know what I mean? And even if it doesn't happen, it's like, I just want to talk about what I have to say. I have so much ambition. I had meltdowns for fucking months. Just like, what is my role in this industry? I'm a mom now. You know, like, I don't want to be a porn star. I went to AVN Awards. I got invited to that shit. And I literally walked around. It was just like, holy shit, that's Angela White. You know, like, oh my God, these are like huge porn stars. But like, I'm like, I don't want to be that. I want to be the bitch responsible for the reason why.
You're setting it up.
I want to be the person who's in control of the events, the production. I want to be fucking boss. That's all I
like
care.
that attitude.
That's all I care about.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, this has been fun, Emily. Where can people find you if they want to connect? Any Instagram shout outs, anything like that?
Okay.
TikTok, OnlyFans.
It's funny because I'm like really not relative on TikTok at all. I'm trying to catch up with the time, so bear with me. But my professional Instagram, where I advertise my photo shoots and my content trips, it's the Emily Cox, like THE Emily Cox Cable. I don't know if you know that shit, but
COX. Yeah.
COX,
Okay.
yeah.
Just to be clear.
And then my bad girl side, her name is Amelia Escobar.
Ooh. Are you Latina?
Fraction.
Are you?
Yeah.
You do speak Spanish, so okay.
I do, yeah. So I'll really keep this short. I used to work for Insomniac.
Oh, no way.
I was a dancer for like EDC.
Okay.
And so I did like go-go dancing, and I went to Mexico City with Insomniac, EDC Mexico City. And these people met me there. They loved me, and they actually brought me on like with their agency in Mexico City, which was insane. Like this shit was fucking crazy. I vibed with these people, and they like moved to Mexico at 19. Anyways, they loved me so much. We would go on these exclusive trips. 150 models, Victoria's Secret models, like
150 on a trip. Yes. The amount of headache for a trip.
So
plane tickets, Airbnb. How are we getting their Uber rides?
They had hires. Anyways, I went on one of these trips for the first time, and they loved me. I was the only American that they invited after 150 fucking models. Only American.
Americans are the worst, yeah.
Yeah, they don't like Americans. They loved me.
I can tell you why, but...
They fucking loved me. Because I was just nuts. It was fucking crazy. I had no filter. Anyways, when we went on this specific trip, my friend, his name was Hako Bobo.
Okay.
This fucking random dude. He's awesome. But he would throw these model trips, right? And every year for his birthday, he'd like 150 girls, right? And, oh God, like, we stayed at Pablo Escobar's old private mansion.
That's sick.
In Tulum. And like this private mansion, it had like tunnels underneath it where they hid the cocaine. And there's pools. Like you'd go down like a little, like you'd see a hole in the ground and you'd walk down and you'd be like, oh God, am I going, like, am I fucked? Like, am I going to get, like, what's going to happen when I go down this tunnel, right? And you'd go down and there's like a pool. And that's where Pablo Escobar hid his cocaine, right?
I see.
Anyways, my bad girl name is Amelia Escobar because I stayed at Pablo Escobar's private mansion in Tulum. It's like a hotel now, I guess. I don't know, but the Mexicans, they loved me and they just kept calling me Amelia Escobar because I was crazy as fuck. Oh, and they're like, "That's your alter ego. That's who you are." It's a good alter ego to have. And so when I created my OnlyFans and when I created my alternative persona, it was like, I'm Amelia Escobar. So if you want to find me on Instagram, bad girl shit, Amelia Escobar. If you want to find me on OnlyFans, Amelia Escobar. Wait, on Instagram, it's like 3 R's.
Okay. Escobar.
Yeah. But if you want to find my business shit where I'm like real, where I like want to do cool shit, it's the Emily Cox.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Emily, this has been fun. We'll have to round two. I feel like there's much more stories we haven't even dived into.
Should we do another?
We'll do a round two. We'll do a round two in a month. How about that?
Should we do like crazy stories?
We'll do it.
Okay.
We'll have to do it. Maybe you can recruit some people and we'll do like a multiple person.
Should we just exchange? Should we exchange like stories where we didn't have to sign an NDA?
we'll have to do that.
Exposed.
On camera, off camera. We'll figure it out.
Shit! You're about to go viral.
All right. Thanks for listening.